Hello, hello, hello. Well, thank you for being here with me once again on another episode of A Legacy of Love, Un Legado de Amor. And today I have the honor and the privilege of having someone so special and so dear to me. Her name is Sundiya. And thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you, Annalie.
Well, as you know, before we were here on this recording, we both have a special connection. And I truly believe that your story will resonate and impact a lot of women's lives. And with that said, could you share a little bit about these amazing books that you've actually published? And they've won you all internationally. She is
Yep.
amazing. She's a beautiful woman and she has just so much to offer. But you share, what's the name of your book?
My book's called Unveiling Shackles. It's basically about my life. It, the biases and the gender biases started when I was in grade six because my parents couldn't have a boy. So eventually they had a little son, and the girls were of no value anymore. And after that, we started experiencing physical abuse as well. Um, it was myself and my older sister. And basically, growing up in that family dynamics, we were told we were supposed to be the perfect girls, learn to cook, clean, and do all the girly and womanly things that we needed to do to take care of our future husbands. And at the age of 15, I had a boyfriend. My parents found out. They took me out of school and they put me under house confinement. And then they forced me into an arranged marriage at 16.
Wow, this is a very touchy subject, as you know, and I know, because in my culture, I would assume it happens also in yours. There's always that secrecy that whatever
Yes.
happens at home stays at home. And if
Yes.
you're not being treated fairly, and at such a young age, they took you out of school when you had your boyfriend, you were just in high school, and they controlled that and decided to, in other words, take your dreams away, take your own wishes that you had. You didn't have a voice. It must have been detrimental, and I definitely understand that because I lived that myself. And not being able to be yourself because you had to go through all these norms to fit whatever your parents, and in this case, I would assume, you tell me if I'm right or wrong, you had to be good enough for your daddy. So your daddy would be happy and
It was.
he was already giving you or dictating in your life the women role, which I believe that nowadays and even then it should have been more reciprocal, and you deciding who you wanted to be with. Could you share a little bit about how that made you feel?
Well, the thing with my dad was he used to do construction on the weekends, and basically I would go help him. I was okay in that role of being his helper and doing all the things that boys would have done, like constructing, painting, and I learned all about using tools. I was okay as long as he didn't have a boy. And then when he did have a boy, my role went to whatever they needed me to do in the home. And most of the time, my mom didn't want to be around me because I was not good enough for her. I wasn't pretty. I was a chubby girl. I mean, I was 120 pounds at 15. At the age of 15, I was 120 pounds. I wouldn't call myself chubby, but in their eyes, you had to be like 80 pounds to be an acceptable woman. In my mom's eyes, you had to be light skinned and slim. And I didn't conform to any of their rules or any of their expectations. They wanted me to be more like my older sister, which I didn't agree with, but there was no choice in our family.
That must have been very difficult for you. And I must say that, you know what? I'm very proud of you because you're willing to share all these experiences that will definitely help this audience and will make them be aware, that these things truly happen. And you really didn't need to be different. You're beautiful the way you are. God has created you this way for a purpose, and you're beautiful in and out. Your skin color, by the way, I would have wanted to be, had that little a nice tan because you don't have to go into the sun and you're beautiful. You don't have to change. And sadly, um, there must have been something in their past that triggered all these things that they went through. And maybe you figured it out, maybe you didn't. But most definitely, were you able to let go of what they did to you because you ended up in a forced marriage at such a young age, and they took your dreams away that you had all the right to have?
I basically believe that you have to stand up for yourself. You got to find that power within yourself to fight, because as a 15 and 16-year-old, there's no way you're going to fight anything on any level. All the rebellions I did were all in vain, actually, to be honest, because it never went anywhere. I still ended up marrying who they wanted me to marry and still living the life they saw me living, raising my older sister's kids at a 16-year-old, and not telling people I was married because they prejudged me. If
Mhm.
I wanted a job, they never gave me a job because I was too young, or they would say that, oh, you're married. We don't accept teenage marriages in our company. It sets the wrong example. So there was a lot of things I dealt with.
Most definitely. It must have been, it should, I would assume, because that's what happened to me. It took a big toll on me. And I had all these other dreams that I had. And I know that you had your own dreams as well. And they actually took over. They took over the desires of your heart. They took over your own dreams. And they ended up imposing themselves on you, who you were going to marry. And how long were you in that marriage that they actually arranged for you?
Actually, we were separated a few times within the marriage, but we were together for 39 years.
That was a
He
lifetime, and
passed,
it must
yep.
have done so much on you. Did he ever know that this was an arranged marriage?
Oh, he knew from the beginning. I
Oh,
had, when
wow.
we had gotten together, he had come in December and we got married in March. He had already known we were going to be getting married. He was afraid of my dad and the society, the expectations, and he didn't want to disappoint his family or my family. So he was sort of put in that situation as well.
Oh, wow. So this, I would assume it is also a culture thing in your ethnicity. In my
Yes.
culture, it's something that you don't really talk about, but I would assume personally that this does happen more often than not, but people are not willing to talk about these subjects because they're very hurtful, they're very personal, and it's a lot to deal with. But I assume that this goes beyond, it goes different cultures. Am I correct? I would assume it also.
Yes, my mom was Muslim, from a Muslim background, her parents and everybody, and my dad was a Hindu from his side of the family, and they had a love marriage, which contradicted everything they did to me and my older sister. Because thinking if you have a love marriage, you'd be more acceptable to granting your children some leeway in their personal lives. But in this situation, they wanted to maybe overcompensate it, because they had two different faiths, two different religions to appease, that they decided they were going to overdo everything.
Oh wow. This is a lot. And most definitely I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to connect with you. And I know that you've written these amazing books. How could people connect with you? What would you tell women that are dealing with this as an advice? Uh, how to come out of this if they're still in this dark place? What would you advise them? And how could they connect with you?
Well, first of all, from personal experience, I would say I was at my lowest. And when I was pregnant with my son, I was doing this all by myself, like going through because he was out there partying and, meeting other women. So I had to do it on my own. And when I did gave birth to my son, I was in the hospital by myself because he came and then he left. The doctors could not find him. So at that point, I was thinking, okay, I'm strong enough to be a mom because I made the choice to get pregnant. And when my son was 2 years old, he was like rolling around and stuff. And I said at that point, I figured, if this kid grows up, what kind of mother is he going to say that he has? I don't have no education. I have no skills. I'm raising his nephews as my sons, and I have him. Like, what kind of person are they going to say this person is? That's when I realized I wanted to be more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to have my kids look up to me and be proud of me and be that role model that I wanted that I never had. So that's what gave me the motivation to go and do what I did. Like go and get educated, go out, get a job that was difficult because it's a male dominated job, but I wanted to show that I can do it. Even a female can do these jobs. And as a female, you can stand up for yourself. It just takes a lot of motivation. You have to find the strength within yourself.
A
I
lot of
think that's the
courage.
hardest part.
A
That's
lot
the
of
hardest.
courage, and you ended up there. And I know for a fact because we've talked before this recording that you all are going to hear, that you're going to know more about her. She is a fantastic mother. She has actually broken, which I share in my book, A Legacy of Love, and I call it like that. Maybe you're going to call it differently because for me, that's how I saw it, a generational curse that I didn't
Yes.
ask for, but it was placed on me and I had to live with that. Um, I wanted my children to have a much different life and much different future because my mom also was in an arranged marriage before myself. And I did too because of my personality. Like you said, when you're 15, 16, 17, you don't fight. That's not your nature. And if your personality is not that, you don't tend to do that. And but we know that there's still women that are hurting out there. How could they actually connect with you? How could they find you? Because I know that they will be connecting with your story.
Yeah, they can find me on Facebook under Sundiya Kumar. My name
Okay.
is up there, so it's right
Yes.
spelled
And
exactly like that.
on
Um,
Facebook,
on Facebook, yeah.
is there another place that they could find you
They
to
can always look up Instagram as well. I'm on there, and if they go to my Facebook page, there's always more connections, emails, and but there's one thing that I do want to tell the women out there: you're not alone. Reach out. There's always someone that will help you. In my case, um, I found some friends that were Jehovah Witnesses. I never converted, but they never pressured me. They were just friends, and they showed me that I was stronger than I portrayed. That I did have the power to look after all three kids by myself, and I did. It was at that point that I think I realized that there are many people out there. If you say you need help, they will step up. It
most
doesn't matter what
definitely.
the faith is, what their religion is, what they look like, young, old. There's always someone God sends for you.
He does. I truly believe that. And there's still good people out there, even though you and I understand that this was not a healthy environment that we both got to live and experience, but it made us actually very strong, right? And courageous. And now it
Yes.
has empowered us to the point that we're willing to go out there and help women that are dealing with these kind of environment experiences, with relatives, because that's where it normally happens in the relatives, grandparents in my case, that are closer to you. And sometimes there's even money involved that's why they do this. There's so many reasons behind it. But now our desire, yours and mine, is to go and rescue them, rescue these women that they deserve a better life, and also these children, and heal them through therapy, like I had to go through, heal them through so many other ways. And I personally believe that the best way is bringing the Lord to the equation so they could know that they have an identity, that they're beautiful the way they are. There's nothing wrong with them, that their identity should not be in their past, but instead in the Lord. So that way they could know that they have a Father God that loves them. And you know that too. And I know that. So I would love for you to give them a last message, Sundiya, because you are amazing. You are beautiful the way you are. You've come so far along in life. And what better you that you have gone through this and I have to give them a final message and let us know what you would like to share with these people.
Well, the thing that I would say to each woman is don't let your circumstances define you. Step up for yourself. Make sure you're heard and seen. It might take you a decade. It took me 3, but you'll get there. You have to have faith in yourself and
Well,
always respect yourself.
love yourself.
Yes.
Love yourself, be kind to yourself. And for every word that was said against you, like I've said it many, many times, change it for a positive word. When you get up in the morning and those words come up that we've heard at times, those bad voices, they're not from God. So go and replace them. Go and get your post-its and put them there on your mirror and say, I'm beautiful. I'm loved. I'm unique, all these wonderful words that will help you to start changing your thoughts for good ones. And also, like what she did, bring good friends that are willing to help you because there's still good people out there. And with that said, we're here to help you, to empower you, to uplift you, and let you know that there is hope and that we love you even though we've never met you. And there you will get to meet a wonderful friend that I have today, Sundiya, but also you could get to meet me. We cannot wait to get to help you and transform your life. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and thank you for being here with us once again on another episode of A Legacy of Love.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Bye.
coming today.
Thank you. Bye, guys.